Welcome, spiritual family. This is a sacred space for seekers of wisdom, justice, and the courage to walk in divine purpose. Here, we unveil deception, uplift the righteous, and strengthen one another on this earthly journey. Today's message from the Divine Spirit speaks to alignment and misalignment, especially in this year of divine alignment and judgment. This is the year God calls us to align with His purpose, His rules and His principles. In a dark world desperately needs realignment to return to the light. To illustrate this profound truth, let's use a metaphor, a cocktail. Consider this analogy: a cocktail is a mixture of many elements, just as humanity is a fusion of cultures, beliefs, and influences. The lesson in today's message: what we mix into our lives shapes the state of our souls and the path we walk. Like some drinks uplift, bringing warmth to the spirit, while others impair judgment and lead to destruction. Likewise, a life in harmony with divine purpose leads to growth and fulfillment, while misalignment invites chaos and ruin. The world itself is a blend of light and darkness, good and evil, order and disorder that affects us all. What we consume, physically and spiritually, determines the path we walk. So, let us seek divine guidance. Only then can we truly thrive. Spiritual, tuning the mind, body, and soul in alignment in the physically or spiritually pathway. Clearing out the clutter, decluttering correctly in mind, body, and soul, to align in tune with divine purpose. If we do not adjust and correct our behaviors, thoughts and spiritual practices, we risk becoming a chaotic mixture, lost in the intoxication of the world's distractions. But when we consciously direct our alignment toward destiny, we find clarity, purpose, and divine flow. Just as a skilled bartender carefully measures each ingredient, our lives require intentional balance to walk in alignment with God. Let's dive into this revelation and uncover the wisdom needed to clarify if your alignment is on point, or need guidance on navigation through this delicate balance. Spirit Guide is saying, we must understand the forces shaping our reality today, tune to and accept the truth, and how to align ourselves with the divine path set before us, so that we walk under God's protection and favor until the day of judgment. Collectives, every day we wake up, we struggle in this toxic, narcissistic world. To protect our physical and spiritual alignment, we battle to keep our balance, to remain grounded in our higher selves. But temptations pull us in many directions. We are all imperfect, and sometimes our judgment is impaired. Think of a crafted cocktail: collectives, ingredient blended for a specific effect. Human logic knows that alcohol, when consumed recklessly, leads to intoxication, distorted judgment, and impaired decisions. Likewise, life is a mix of experiences, refining and testing us daily. No matter how righteousness you think you are, none of us is perfect. When it comes to the duality of good and evil, every experience, whether sweet or bitter, contributes to our spiritual formation. God does not remove hardship, but He calls us to navigate through it with wisdom and righteousness. Just as a cocktail is crafted for balance, our lives are shaped through struggles and triumphs. The bitterness of trials teaches us to appreciate the sweetness of grace. It is through suffering that we learn endurance, through loss that we learn gratitude, and through testing that we gain wisdom. James 1:2-4 reminds us, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Spirit Guide is saying to be mindful. Some souls are like a fruit mix, vibrant, pure, and nourishing. They radiate humility and purpose, drawing strength from divine roots. They refresh the weary and point others back to the Creator. But some embody the potency of strong spirits, intoxicating, powerful, and overwhelming. Their ambition burns brightly, but without wisdom, their influence clouds judgment, corrodes relationships, and leads to moral and spiritual decay. Like a drink too strong, they leave behind ruin rather than renewal. Yet, every ingredient, whether natural or synthetic, sweet or bitter, has the potential to shape the world. The bitterness of coffee awakens the soul, just as the zest of citrus invigorates the senses. But in the wrong hands, Even the purest elements can be corrupted, throwing the balance into chaos. The real question is not just about the flavor mix we bring into the world, but the source from which we draw and the intention behind our presence. Are we drawing from the eternal wellspring of God's wisdom, love, and grace? Are we enriching the world, or are we leading others astray? The Spirit calls us to reflect on how we blend into the world, and how those around us contribute to our spiritual formation. Like an intricate cocktail that reveals the essence of its ingredients, we also reveals our essence. Spirit Guide now want you to consider these 4 questions. 1. Are you driven by selfish ambition, seeking personal gratification at the expense of divine purpose? 2. Are you the sweetness that comforts and heals? 3. Are you the bitterness that teaches and refines, or the zest that energizes and uplifts? 4. Or are you the harshness that overwhelms, leaving others in turmoil? Your answers will reveal your current formation of alignment with God, the master mixologist of life. Final reflection: collectives and spirit family. Just as a skilled bartender crafts each drink with intention, God, the master creator, has blended this world with divine precision. And remember this, even the most intoxicating drink can be redeemed with a touch of living water, the living water of God. So, what's your alignment in this grand mix? Are you shaping the world with love, wisdom, and truth, walking in alignment with God's words? Or are you contributing to the intoxication of a world already teetering on imbalance? Intoxicated and reckless, experience temporary merriment but face consequences later. Drink with wisdom, aware of your limits and responsibility. The Bible speaks extensively on drinking, both as a warning and as a symbol of moderation and celebration. Proverbs 20:1 warns, "Wine is a mocker, strong drink is raging, and whoever is led astray by it is not wise." Proverbs 23:20-21 warns against excess. Do not associate with heavy drinkers or gluttons, for the drunkard and the glutton will come to poverty. Is this not true? A reality we witness daily on our earthly journey. Yet, God does not forbid drinking altogether, He calls us to wisdom and balance. Ecclesiastes 9:7 reminds us, "Go, eat your bread with joy, and drink your wine with a merry heart, for God has already accepted your deeds." Ultimately, the choice is ours. Do we allow the intoxicating influences of this world to cloud our judgment? Or do we walk in the wisdom, clarity, and moderation that God has provided? As mentioned in past videos, God's word speaks to all generations, offering both guidance and correction. Even in the present day, God's words guide, protect, and warns us for our good. The metaphor of a cocktail mix is universal, regardless of culture. Its effects remain the same, just like God's words remain the same. John 1:1-3, Colossians 1:16 reminds us that, "For in Him all things were created, things in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions or rulers or authorities. All things were created through Him and for Him, and in His perfect judgment, all will be aligned according to His will." This emphasizes not only creation but also divine justice and alignment under God's authority. Stay aligned, stay vigilant, stay rooted in God's divine order. Our world today reflects what humanity has sown: spiritual unalignment. If you're seeking guidance to alignment with truth, purpose, and the divine, for only then can we truly thrive. I hope this message was helpful. I leave you in peace and light.
Don't forget to like, because every time you leave a like, you are telling YouTube this message is good for you and they can pass it on to more people. By doing this, you will help to bless thousands of people worldwide. We rise by helping each other. That's why it's important to leave your like now. And click the bell to be notified when new videos are uploaded to Spiritual Eyes subscribers, YouTube page, Google+, and Instagram, so you don't miss updates on God's messages to build and lift, comfort and calm, teach and inspire, empower and transform lives. Stay blessed.